Hey girls, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for returning. So today's tutorial is going to be drugstore. Everything drugstore. From primers to foundation, everything. Except for maybe brushes, but I try to use most of my drugstore brushes, sorry. So if you want to see how I got this look, which I'm kind of calling a sultry smoky eye, maybe? Sultry golden smoky eye? I don't know. Tell me what you think. But if you want to see how I got this look, then please stay tuned. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, let's get started. First things first, I'm going to prime my face with my Milani Prime and Shield face primer. It is the mattifying and pore minimizing one. It is also oil free and it works amazingly, guys. I compare it to the Smashbox Photo Finish. I'm going in with my NYX brow gel in the color chocolate and a small angled brush, and I'm just gonna snatch those brows, you know. Alright, so once I filled in my brow, I am going to go in and sculpt it out with a little bit of Milani concealer and a small concealer brush from E.L.F. Now I'm going to go underneath, clean it up a little bit on top, not much because I don't like a highlighted eyebrow look, but just want to make it look like I got a fresh wax. Nice fresh eyebrows. Now to soften my brows a bit, I'm going to use a spoolie from E.L.F. I'm also going to thin out the front somewhat, kind of give it that fade effect, but just distribute the product evenly, make it look nice and natural as possible, and then go back in and clean it up with a little more concealer. Now I'm just going back in, filling in any gaps that I might have missed, cleaning up any excess product, just getting them shaped exactly how I want them. So next we're going to move on to our eyeshadow. I'm using the Rimmel Exaggerate eyeshadow primer, and this is my first time using it, and I really liked it. My eyeshadow stayed on, especially for, it being a drugstore product. I was pleasantly surprised. I'm just going to make sure this is all blended out nicely and put some under my eyes for concealer and other products. I am going to set this with Airspun translucent powder and a Morphe M501 brush, just to stop creasing and so my eyeshadow doesn't catch while I'm putting it on. For this look, we're going to be using the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, the left side, which is the brown shadows. So in the crease, I'm going to be using the color that says crease. It doesn't actually have a color, I believe. So I'm just going to put that in, deepen that crease up. I'm going for a little more natural glam look, nothing too crazy, but still dramatic and gorgeous. So the key with eyeshadow, and be it high-end or drugstore, is blending. You just need to blend for your life, ladies. You want that seamless transition between colors. So next I'm going to be going in with the Wet n Wild Fergie palette. I believe it's the Photo Focus eyeshadow from the Center Stage collection. I'm going to be using the color smack dab in the middle. It's a deep matte brown. So I'm just going to be using that to deepen up my crease a little bit more. Give it a little more drama, And like I said, blend, blend, blend. So next up, I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild Fergie palette again. I'm going to be using the nude taupe color just to blend out that those crease colors, just to make everything nice and smooth. Like I said, we want to make it blended as possible. No lines of demarcation, just blended and beautiful. So now I'm going to go in with my lid color. I'm going to be using the Milani Shadow Eyes eyeshadow stick in the color Golden Bronze. I'm going to go ahead and place that all over my lid, blend it out a little, and layer that in there to get that nice metallic effect. Because I wanted something nice and shimmery with a little drama, but not full on glitter. Okay, so after I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and go back with that blending brush and blend those two colors together, the lid color and the crease color, just to make sure everything's nice and blended. That's the key to a nice eyeshadow application. Blend everything together. I'm just going to add in a darker color in the crease, not quite a black. It's a little more burgundy black, but just to add some depth. Now I'm going to go in with the Rimmel eyeliner. And I'm just going to make a little wing, nothing too dramatic. Alright, so now it's time for the face. I already have my primer on. I used the Milani Prime Shield, the mattifying one. I'm going to go in with some Airspun and set my primer. Next I'm going to go in with the color corrector by LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color orange, just for those under eye bags. So I'm going to go ahead and go around my mouth also and my nose. I tend to get a little dark in that area. And I'm just going to blend it out with my Real Technique sponge and my finger. Alright, so next up I'm going to be doing my foundation. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte in the shades 108 and 109. I'm going to be putting that on with a Tarte buffing brush. This brush is amazing, guys. Now I know you're thinking, I thought this was a drugstore tutorial. And it still is, because I got this brush off of eBay for less than $5, I believe. So I'm sticking with my affordable theme here, and I will definitely leave a link below on where you can get this brush, because it is literally my favorite. I use it every day. It spreads your foundation so nicely and so evenly. It's totally worth the $5 that I paid for it. Alright, time to cover those bags. So I'm going to be using the Revlon Photoready concealer in the shade medium. I normally don't lean towards a cream concealer because I am oily and that tends to crease on me, but I really like this one. I just make sure I set it down really good with my Airspun and I bake it in there. I hate that term, but yes. Now with cream products, I do usually like to use my fingers to warm it up as well as blend it out. It makes it a little bit more easy. Before I was using just a flat concealer brush, but I feel like it was taking me forever, so let me go ahead and get in there with my fingers. So to make sure there's no lines of demarcation and everything blends nice, I'm just going to go back in with my foundation brush and blend the concealer into my foundation. Next I'm going to set my my concealer with my Real Techniques beauty sponge and some Airspun. I'm going to set it not bake. So while I'm waiting for my concealer to set, I'm just going to go and fill in my brows a little more, just any spots that may have powder on them or that may have gotten messed up while I was doing my foundation. I'm also going to go put in a brow bone color just to give that underbrow a little pop of color. And I'm going to use a flat eyeshadow brush, also the same one I was using before. I'm going to use that to put a little bit of dark brown shadow under my eye. I normally don't like to wear eyeliner underneath my eye because it runs on me because I'm really oily. So just a little bit of shadow to give me a little definition. I'm going to be using that Real Techniques powder brush there to set the rest of my face while also dusting away the Airspun that's setting under my eye. So go ahead and blend it all together and set the whole face. Now it's time to contour, girls. Yay! I'm going to be using the Maybelline Master Contour in the shade Medium to Deep, as well as the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Contour in the shade Deep. So the Maybelline Contour I'm going to be using to warm up my face, not necessarily a contour, but more of a bronzer, because it is a lot warmer in tone. And I'm just going to put that in all of the edges of my face pretty much. I'm going to blend that out with a Real Techniques powder brush just to make sure there's no harsh lines. I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Contour in the shade Deep and a NARS Ita brush, which is also an eBay dupe that I got for about $3. And I'm just going to use the Infallible Pro in Deep because it's a lot cooler toned, so it'll give me a nice sculpted face. So on to blush. I'm going to be using my Milani Baked Blush in the shade Dolce Pink. I'm going to be applying that with the Real Techniques blush brush. This is actually one of my favorite blushes of all time because it really reminds me of the NARS one, because it has a slight shimmer with a slight wash of color, not too much pink. So I really love this one. Okay, so because I want this look to be a little more dramatic, I'm going to be using Red Vino by Milani. It's also a baked blush, just for a little deeper wash of color. And I'm just going to apply that with that Real Technique brush again. And next up is my highlight. Holla! I'm going to be using the Milani Tantastic Face and Body Baked Bronzer in the shade Fantastic in Gold. This is my favorite drugstore highlighter. I'm going to put it all over the high points of my face, the cheekbones, the nose, the forehead, the lip, you know, the usual. I'm going to blend that out just to make sure it's not too much. So I'm going to set my face with the NYX matte setting spray all over, trying to avoid my eyes a little there so I don't get any running of my eyeliner. And these lashes are actually from my local beauty supply. They say Abella, but I will put the actual, possibly a link if I could find one, in the description bar for you guys. I'm going to put them on with tweezers and some black duo lash glue. I'm just going to make sure they're in place there and push them up, make sure they're not in my way or drooping too low. I'm going to blend them in with a little bit of L'Oreal Miss Manga Rock Mascara just to blend my lashes with the falsies and make everything look nice and cohesive. So for my bottom lashes, I'm going to be using Maybelline Illegal Length Fiber Extension Mascara in Waterproof. I do put waterproof on my lower lashes because I'm prone to allergies, so my eyes water a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and put that at the bottom, and also the fiber lashes, fiber extension, to make them look a little longer because I have baby bottom lashes. So since I am doing a liquid lippy, I'm going to be going in with my E.L.F. lip exfoliator in clear, just to get all the dead skin off before I put that liquid lipstick on, so that it'll have a nice surface to stick to and no dead skin to make it all crack and crumbly. So I'm just going to work that in and wipe it off with a towel that I have there. I'm using the E.L.F. Lip Lock Clear Lip Liner. I really like this. I recommend it to everyone that wears liquid lipsticks because it gives you a nice base. So for my lips, I'm going in with ColourPop Beeper. And I know this isn't a drugstore item, but it is a drugstore priced item. But you can only get them online. But I highly recommend them, guys. Highly recommend them. If you can't get those, then try the Milani liquid lips. They are nice also. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this all over. Clean up those edges. Get it nice and structured. Alright, so here's my finished makeup look, ladies. I'm going to move on next to hair. So my hair is just slicked back into a bun on top of my head. I'm going to be taking a pack of braid hair that I braided into one giant braid with a hair tie at the end. I'm going to tie that around my bun and wrap it into one massive braided bun. So a quick 5-minute hairstyle. If you'd like to see more tutorials on how I do my hair, let me know and I will do that for you guys. But here is my final look. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching my videos. I love you guys.